Well, the Geneva II peace conference looks to be on the verge of collapse. The opposition Syrian National Coalition has pulled out of the talks following the UN's decision to invite Iran. SNC spokesman Louay Safi said they feel betrayed. Now, we will hear from him in a moment, but first, it was UN Chief Ban Ki-moon who began this extraordinary sequence of events, and he said he believes Iranian leaders can play a positive role in bringing an end to the three-year conflict.
Foreign Minister Zarif and I agree that the goal of the negotiations is to establish, by mutual consent, a transitional governing body with a full executive powers. It was on that basis that Foreign Minister Zarif pledged that Iran would play a positive and constructive role in Montreux. Therefore, as convener and host of the conference, I have decided to issue an invitation to Iran to participate.
Now, as we mentioned, Louay Safi is the spokesman for the Syrian National Coalition, and I asked him why the SNC opposes Iran's presence at the talks.
It has sent troops fighting with the regime. It is protecting the tyrant that's destroying the country and killing the people.
How concerned are you that there could be a chance that the SNC may be blamed for scuppering these peace talks?
No, actually, the one who will be blamed would be Ban Ki-moon and whoever has pushed him to do this.
Louay, there is a thought that it's best for you to make peace with your enemies and not with your friends. You can't sit down to a negotiating table with allies to make some sort of peace. Why don't you sit down and talk with these enemies and try to find some sort of negotiated peace, particularly to try to resolve the problems that are being faced by the Syrian people on the ground?
Well, that's what we are doing. We are negotiating with the regime that's responsible for the miseries visited on the Syrian people, the killing and the destruction.
Saudi Arabia will also be attending these talks, and Saudi Arabia, we know, are backing the SNC. So why not allow Iran to also participate in these talks, Iran being Syria's biggest ally?
Yeah, I mean, the difference is that Iran is supporting, along with its own allies, the United States, France, Britain, and main democracies, they are supporting the struggle of the Syrian struggle to democracy and to stop the killing by the regime, while Iran is supporting the tyrant, the one who committed crimes against humanity, who is using the military to kill the people and destroy cities and towns.
But surely, though, Iran being Syria's biggest ally could help to influence President Assad and perhaps even negotiate the talks to your benefit.
Okay, it can influence it without participating. The best influence is really to threaten to withdraw its support if he continues to kill the people and does not, allow transition to democracy. In other words, Iran has really to do more than talking the talk.
All right, Louay, just one final question. What would it take to bring the SNC back to the negotiating table?
One of two things. Either the Secretary General, who has sent this invitation without consultation, and he knows that everybody told him that the condition is that Iran has to come publicly and to declare that it accepts the Geneva communique. Iran has not done so. And of course, the coalition has already said we are not going to allow an occupying force to come to the negotiating table. Let the Syrian regime do the negotiations. We don't want them to be there as long as that they are participating in the killing of Syrians.
Louay, do you feel betrayed by the United Nations, particularly by Ban Ki-moon?
Absolutely. We feel that Ban Ki-moon has done, didn't act professionally. He should not have done so. But particularly one day only, he waited until we have, declared our participation, and the next day he sent this letter. So this tells you that there's, he is acting in a way that's, unbecoming of him.
The United States has reacted swiftly, and in a statement released by the State Department, it says the United States views the UN Secretary General's invitation to Iran to attend the upcoming Geneva conference as conditioned on Iran's explicit and public support for the full implementation of the Geneva Communique. And that includes the establishment of a transitional governing body by mutual consent with full executive authorities.